Now, let's talk about the girl child. The attainment of the Sustainable Development Goal 5 has been hinged on gender equality and the empowerment of the girl child as a future woman. In spite of the global statistics by the WHO that shows about 6 million girls aged 10 to 19 possessing limitless individual potentials, the girl child continues to face challenges in many countries of the world, including Nigeria. Correspondent Basi Ita Ikpang examines the untapped potentials of the girl child and her prospects for the future.
And we promise to make Nigeria proud if given the opportunities.
That is what every Nigerian child wants. The opportunity to let her voice create a future. A voice that will change the unfair and unequal treatments given to her by the society.
Believed around the world that a girl's child education ends in the kitchen, but that's not true. Women today are great leaders.
No way you tell me a girl's child education ends in the kitchen. There are so many women today who have made it, world figures that are women. Their education didn't end in the kitchen, yes? So there's this mentality that, okay, as a girl, it's scripted that at a certain age you get married, but I won't go with that.
The need to take the girl child off the street to the classroom to give her a future in line with Goal 5 of the SDGs is another area of concern as the world marks another International Day of the Girl Child.
Is to emphasize the importance of the girl child in nation building. The girl child is the mother of tomorrow. She is a child today, but tomorrow she'll be the mother, and the role of a mother is very significant.
Well, for me, the girls in the rural area need to be taught. They are the ones that really deserve to be encouraged to enroll in school. They need to be developed. Their right has to be protected.
Empowerment is another way in which we can reduce the hawking on the street because it makes them prone to rape and other exploitative practices.
I feel disturbed when I see my fellow girl or student walking on this road.
The lockdown as a result of COVID-19, stakeholders say, impacted negatively on the girl child and stressed the need to put an end to some harmful traditional practices against the adolescent girl.
As girls assert their powers worldwide as change makers, there is every need for the world to support them, live free from gender-based violence.
Let the girl child be counted, invest in her, in her present, in her future, for her to make the required change that we all desire to see.
There is a general call to action for radical social and political change to pull down barriers of discrimination and prejudice that continue to hold the girls back.
And joining us on the program this week to talk more about the potentials of the girl child is Basi Ita Ikpang. You're welcome to the program, the correspondents.
Thank you for having me, Tessie.
All right, you know, the girl child has for long faced the challenges of discrimination and prejudice, probably due to cultural beliefs. So tell us, how has the journey been so far?
It hasn't been easy for the girl child, but the girl child is hoping and praying that one day the society will realize her potentials and give her the environment to, contribute to the development of the nation. But one thing is certain: how can the girl child contribute to the development of the nation when our rights are being denied?
Yeah.
She faces several forms of discrimination day in and day out. Her right to education is not there. Her voice is not heard. Her voice is not counted. But I am happy that every 11th of October is set aside for the girl child to be celebrated. For the world to draw attention and focus on some of these challenges the girl child is facing, and to support and promote her developmental strides to enable her to achieve her human rights, her right to education, her right to live above every form of gender-based violence, her right to live above every harassment, her life to live above HIV and AIDS, her rights to inheritance. I tell you, as we are talking now,
are so many.
I'm telling you.
Trampled upon.
I'm telling you. As we are talking now, about 60% of countries discriminate against the girl child. I mean her right to inheritance, especially when it comes to landed property. So you can imagine where we are. But we are hopeful we'll get there someday.
And with this sad story about the right of the girl child being trampled upon, you know, the rising cases of rape, so many violence, and then especially during this COVID-19 era, the trend is becoming so worrisome, you know. What do you have to say about that?
I would love to say that during this COVID-19, women and girls have been the worst hit, especially during the lockdown. I mean, the cases of rape escalated more than ever. Like wildfire, we're just hearing rape here, rape here. You can imagine fathers raping the daughters. A 3-month-old baby was raped. A woman of 80 years was raped. I'm just using these 3 examples because I know.
Yeah, I remember when they would say probably the way she dressed, the way she addressed.
Exactly.
So now talking about 3 months old and 8, you know.
That is what they would say.
Yeah. Okay.
The way she was dressed. Why was she at that point, at that time, at that particular time? Yeah. She dressed seductively. She seduced me. Come. A 3-month-old baby. How was she dressed? A woman of 80 years. How was that dressing? And what on earth will a girl wear to seduce the father?
Sure.
I'm telling you.
Sure.
And another thing people want to ask is it only the girl child that is being raped? What of the boys? And I always want us, you know, raped in every form and on anybody is condemnable, is wrong. No matter who rapes who. We are not saying the boys are not raped. We are not saying the men are not raped. But we want to weigh. Records, it is on record that 1 in every 3 women have been raped in one way, have gone through one violence, sexual violence or the other, and 1 in every 30 men. So that is the reason we are crying about the girls, crying and pleading with the men to leave our girls alone.
Well, Ma, you know, the story is sad, but from what you said earlier, we are hopeful for better days. You know, the theme for this year, My Voice Our Equal Future. My Voice Our Equal Future.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about the future? Are we still hopeful?
Yes, very hopeful. It is just a bright future for the girl child. It is a call for the girl child to rise up and create her own future. Create the future she will want to see in future, to have in future. To rise up against and above every form of gender-based violence. To rise above every form of harassment. To rise above whatever myth, whatever script the society has written and kept for her. To rise and let the society know that her education does not stop in the kitchen. Does not end in the kitchen. To write and let the society know that whatever investment you invest in a girl child is not wasted. To write and make demands for her rights. Her right to education and other several rights. Her right to sexual appeal. The girl child also has a right to that. To rise above all this. And the girl child too should know, as we celebrate, you know, that you are unstoppable.
Yes.
You are a diamond. So rise up, this is your time. Nothing can stop you.
Yes.
Don't let anything dull your shine. This is your time.
Many thanks, Basi. I really enjoyed that last line. You are unstoppable.
I'm telling you, they are unstoppable.
Okay, it is on that cheering note that we conclude this segment of the program, discussion segment with Basi Ita Ekman on the potentials of the girl child. Thank you so much for coming. Hope to see you next time on The Correspondence.
Thank you for having me, Tessie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And still to